Brother Anthony, Kingdom Chaplain, here with 5 Minutes with the King. I'm going to do something different this week. I really felt like the Spirit wanted me to read you a parable. It's a devotional parable that I wrote, I really believe, led by the Spirit back at the beginning of this year during a 40-day fast with my friends at Firm Collective. And so I wrote this parable, and I'm going to read this to you. So I just pray if you're finding this video, stay with me to the end. I believe the Lord has a message for you in this parable. So I'm going to start. It says this: "The Lord said, 'Are you not aware of this truth? You must meet with me outside the camp.' After he said this, he said, 'Begin now, Anthony, and write the parable of the two kings.' And I began to write. There once was a kingdom led by a righteous and valiant king. His brother, jealous of his power through deceit and treachery, he overthrew the kingdom. The good king was driven outside of town and into the wilderness. The wicked king established his kingdom based solely upon gaining more power at the expense of the people. Every year he hosted an annual gathering and he invited his guests. The names of each guest were posted around town. The townspeople spent every day throughout the year trying to earn an invitation to this gathering through their works and through their achievement. When their name was posted, they walked around with arrogance and pride. To be important in the eyes of man was the chief aim of this people. And the wicked king used this desire to promote his own interests and to gain greater measures of wealth, influence, and power. But there was another group of people in this kingdom. They were the secret followers of the good king. They spent their days serving the interests of the good king for his sake and for the good of the community alone. Any remnant of goodness left in the kingdom was due to the secret work of these brave and selfless men and women. Each year, the good king hosted a meal in the wilderness and he invited his guests. Their names were never posted. No praise of men was to be received by their attendance. Their only reward, fellowship with the good king. As the servants of the wicked king arrived, he spoke to them words of flattery, each of them being puffed up by his words. But these words lacked authenticity, for they were birthed out of selfishness because they came with an agenda. Serve my interests, and I will make you great in the kingdom. His request? Oppress the poor, ignore the widow, use the citizens of the kingdom to fulfill the wicked king's agenda. Ultimately, his request was for their very souls. But in the wilderness, the servants of the good king sat at the table. The king stood up, welcomed his guests, and then bent down and he washed the servants' feet. Each one of you has been called, not because of your goodness or perfection, but because of God's purpose in the earth. I will show each of you all that still holds you captive, and I will reveal to you your strengths and your weaknesses. And together, we will return the kingdom to God the Father. We will achieve this through selflessness, service, and sacrifice. My only ask is that you follow me. An invitation to one dinner meant power, wealth, and the praise of men. An invitation to the other meant a life of separation from family and friends, and even the punishment of death if discovered. In time, the wicked king's power was overthrown by an even more wicked king. But while these men jostled for position and power, one by one, the servants of the good king rescued citizens from the kingdom and introduced them to the good king. For the more wicked the kingdom became, the more the people desired something better. As the darkness grew, the people became able to see the contrast between the two kings. Brothers and sisters, the lesson is this: we must follow the good king. We have been given an invitation to a gathering which has no website. It is not posted on any location for millions to see, but heaven rejoices to see the revealing of the sons of God for which creation is groaning. Together, we will watch as the Father takes back his kingdom and gives it to those who have learned the secret of the good king. And that secret is to rule his kingdom means to first become a servant to those over whom we are called to reign. Friends, You are the secret followers of the good King. And as the darkness increases, so will the power of God in us to rescue people from this wicked kingdom. You have been chosen, you have been called, and you have been faithful. You worship God not because of what you can gain from him, but because he alone is worthy, because he poured his blood out. So the invitation goes out to you today. Come meet with the good King in the wilderness. Meet with him in the secret place, and you will receive the ultimate reward, which is fellowship with the good King. Be blessed. Shalom.